This is a deeply regrettable decision because millions of people, some of the most disadvantaged and marginalised on this planet, may well suffer. Our education programmes to 526,000 children, our patients' consultations, 9 million a year, are under threat. 1.7 million food insecure people, a million of whom are in Gaza. All of that, because of the decision, is now seriously under threat. It's deeply regrettable. We reject that in the strongest possible terms. Just a few months ago, the US administration was praising our institutional reform. We've been conducting a root and branch efficiency reform. We've saved tens of millions for our donors, and the US was amongst those donor governments praising us. So it's hard to know where this is coming from, except perhaps you should be asking the Trump administration whether or not they are actually politically instrumentalizing aid. This decision leaves a huge funding gap for us. We had already been conducting a resource mobilization drive for $500 million. We've raised about half of that, but clearly we need to make the current funding shortfall is 217 million, and we need to make that up because at the moment we have enough money to run our programs until the end of September, and then UNRWA is running on empty. Well, certainly the cutting off of humanitarian aid to so many marginalised people is deeply shocking, but we had been led to believe by the administration, the US administration, that we would lose all of our funding for this year, but we didn't know that it would be cut in the way that it has been. So we're prepared. We've factored in zero funding from the US into our planning assumptions for next year. So the name of the game now is to go into a resource mobilization drive. We had already raised nearly $250,000, but the deficit remains 217, and we will do everything we can to fill that deficit.